Sephiroth's reveal for the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the most exciting, dare I say, the most exciting thing that came from the Game Awards. Very few saw this coming, and honestly, I'm still shocked that they add another Final Fantasy rep. With that being said, Smash doesn't have a lot of Final Fantasy music, which is a bummer. So, I believe Square and Sakurai should take this opportunity to add not just more Final Fantasy VII music, but fan favorites around the Final Fantasy series and Square Enix as a whole. So, here's my list of songs that should be in the game when Sephiroth comes out. Final Fantasy IV's boss theme. As a kid, I only cared about Sonic and Mario games, so RPGs were never in my radar. One day, however, my father randomly got me Super Mario RPG, and since then, I loved RPGs. The secret boss of this game had its own music, which made a huge impact on me and a lot of us because it was very different from what we were hearing from the game. As years passed, that song alone got me into Final Fantasy, so I really hope this song makes it into Smash Bros. Final Fantasy VIII Battle Theme. Speaking of getting into Final Fantasy VIII was my very first Final Fantasy game. My aunt played it back in the day, and when I saw the game, the type of gameplay, I immediately was interested because it reminded me of Super Mario RPG. Later, I find out it's a lot of people's least favorite Final Fantasy game, and I can't blame them. It was very different from what we were playing or what people have been playing over the years. However, the soundtrack of this game is very beautiful, and I truly believe this battle theme is a perfect fit for Smash Bros. Unless Sakurai and team want to make an arranged version of the Extreme, then that's okay too. But here's hoping. This song. Oh man, this song. Final Fantasy IX was my second Final Fantasy game I've played, and it's my number one Final Fantasy game. Even though some people that know me don't believe me when I say that. I love the characters, the world, the gameplay, and especially the music. If I had to pick one Final Fantasy IX song to be on Super Smash Bros., it's definitely this one. You know why? Aside from being really good, they only played this song in the whole game once. Only once! That's insane. This song needs more recognition, and I believe adding it to Smash Bros. Would be only fair. Final Fantasy X's Seymour Battle. Like it or hate it, Final Fantasy X is very iconic. While it shied away hardcore fans of the series, it brought in new ones with its story and the cast of characters. One of the characters is the antagonist, Seymour. Without spoiling much, this guy takes refusing to lose in a whole new level. You fight him several times in the whole game, and the last time you fight him, Square wanted it to make it memorable and wanted to make it epic. And boy, they did. Even though there's a remastered version of this track, it is not as impactful as the original one. So I really hope if they add this song to the game, they add the original track for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, because it is that good. It will give you the motivation to not lose. Final Fantasy III's Dark Cloud. In my high school days, while I was still in a Final Fantasy hype train, Square Enix decided to remake Final Fantasy III. This was at the time where many YouTubers, many reviewers were explaining that we got the wrong Final Fantasy game in America. We got Final Fantasy I, but Final Fantasy II and III were not the Final Fantasy II and III. So the actual Final Fantasy III was never in America at the time. But I didn't know that. So I was confused, but regardless, I pre-ordered the game with a guide, and I didn't learn anything else about the game. I didn't look up for trailers, for interviews, nothing. The game is very different from what I played from Final Fantasy VIII, 9, and 10, but I enjoyed it. Later, I find out that the boss, the final area from the game, it's a struggle. Let's just say that. But the final boss music for this game, it is very, very good. So it is necessary track for Super Smash Bros. Or a new version, a remix, because it's a very underrated Final Fantasy, which they made the job system super well, in my opinion. Final Fantasy XIII's Blinded by Light. Final Fantasy XIII is the most controversial Final Fantasy game. Many were indifferent for this installment because of its linearity, its gameplay, which many have said that it's just press X to win, its story, the characters, basically everything. And one would think that they wouldn't make a sequel, right? Well, they did. 2 more, in fact. One thing that many agree though, despite the opinion of the whole game, the soundtrack of Final Fantasy XIII, all of it, is a masterpiece. Out of all the songs that are great in the game, they should put Blinded by Light, because it's so good, it's so motivational, it gives me the goosebumps just hearing it, and it's a banger. They should put this on Smash Brothers. Final Fantasy VI Dancing Man. Now, this one's a stretch because this song, as a whole, the whole song is 17 minutes. If they add this song, which they should, I feel like they should, because Final Fantasy VI is very treasured by many. They should do like a remixed version of a track and arrange one to put like 5 minutes at least, because 17 minutes is crazy, but Sakura is crazy already, so if he wants to put the whole if he wants to put the whole song 17 minutes, hey, I'm not mad, but if they want to make it shorter, they should put an arranged version of the whole Final Fantasy VI game with a mix of dancing mad here and there, but that's just my opinion. Chrono Trigger's main theme. Now, this one's another stretch because the licensing for Chrono Trigger is very, very iffy. But if it happens to put the best JRPG of all time, they should put the main theme of the game. It's very, very good. It gives you the sense of adventure. I really feel like it fits for Smash Brothers because the song alone tells a story, tells the whole story of what you're gonna expect, and it's just so good. So if they add it, which I'm not mad if they don't add it, it will be really, really cool. Final Fantasy 15. Now, this one I was conflicted because I love both songs. So maybe they can do like they did with Pokemon's Elite Four music with another song from Pokemon Sun and Moon. And they can add Stand Your Ground and Up for the Challenge, like a mix between the two of the songs. Because those songs, bro, they make a fighting game worthwhile. It's really good for combat. It's just really great. It's really, really great. Final Fantasy VII's bombing mission. They should add this one because it's the first song you hear while playing Final Fantasy VII, and it is in our memories. It's in our brain. It would be dumb not putting this song in there. And if they want to make an arranged version of it, cool. I'm down for that. Maybe add a little medley of the overworld, which is very, very beautiful. I'm down for that too, but they should add bombing mission to Super Smash Brothers. Final Fantasy VII's Genova. For an ugly monster, this monster has taste. Its theme, it's very upbeat. It's very, in a weird way, it's very upbeat. It's very fast. It's serious. it's letting you know you are fighting a serious threat. So fighting a lot of characters on the screen, I think that's a serious threat, don't you think? So putting this song in there, it would be amazing. Final Fantasy VII's Birth of a God. This one is a bit of a spoiler because it's added at the final fight. It's added at the final confrontation in Final Fantasy VII. The song alone, it's very, very good. And something happens that I'm not going to say for those who just played Final Fantasy VII Remake and haven't played the original. Something very cool happens in that final fight, and they put this song in there. It should. Birth of a God, it just fits. Sephiroth is kind of a god, so why not put that in there? I know One Wing Angel is obviously gonna be in there, but add this one too, please. And these are my list of songs that could be included with the addition of Sephiroth. Is your list similar to mine? What song do you want in? Let me know in the comment section. I appreciate you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more Smash, JRPG, and other gaming related topics. Again, thank you, and take care.